Hey everybody, it's Shauna again and welcome to my kitchen. I'm in my favorite comfortable shirt again. And my sister braided my hair this time. Y'all, ain't that cute? She did a good job. Shout out to Jill, my sister Jillian, for braiding my hair, which is cute. Today we're gonna do a holiday classic. I know it's October, but you never know when you're gonna need it. So this is what I felt on my heart to show you guys. And so this holiday classic is a rum cake with a little twist. So here we get started. We're gonna get started, excuse me. My oven is preheated to 325. And I do want to tell you that I adapted this from divascancook.com. There's a lady, Monique. She's a phenomenal cook, and I look at her website a lot of times, and she's got a lot of YouTube videos. And so I kind of got this from Divas Can Cook, some of the measurements from there. So I would encourage you to go check out her blog. She's got tons of recipes on YouTube, but I did kind of make this my own a little bit too. Okay, so I've already put the oil and floured and greased my bundt cake pan. Okay, and I'm just gonna go through I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna cream 2 sticks of butter and 2 cups of sugar. So, and you guys, if this thing cuts off, I'm just gonna start it again, or I will, depending on where we are in the video, I may just post pictures in the comments. I'm looking for my spatula. I'll use this one. Okay, I'm getting my little spatula out here. Get the rest of this off. So I'm gonna cream. And I was like, I wonder what. I'm just gonna go for it, y'all. I'm just gonna go for it now. So I have 1 cup of sugar here. And you know, I just used my little cup and dipped in the sugar. Y'all seen me do that before. And then I ran out of white sugar, so I had pure cane sugar, and I'm just gonna use a cup of it. And I'm just gonna cream these until they are fluffy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the video real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and start creaming and I'm gonna pause it. I have it on low right now. I'm gonna pause it, and when I come back, you'll see what it's supposed to look like. Okay, you guys, it's back on. Okay, so I've been doing this for a couple minutes now. I don't have a stand mixer. So the ones of you guys that do, lucky you, but I don't. But we want to cream it we want to mix it in the hand mixer till it's creamy like this. I'm trying to just see if you can see it in there. And then, you make sure your butters have room temperature. So that's creamed. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my egg yolks. I'm going to add 3 egg yolks, and I'm going to separate. I'm not going to do the whites because I'm going to use the whites later on for something else. So, and I may need to pull this down just a little bit so you can see. Let me pull it down a little bit this way. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna crack this. I'm gonna let my egg yolks sit in there. And these eggs have been at room temperature too. So I got another little bowl that my egg yolks can sit in. And then I'm putting my egg whites, making sure there's no shells. Let's see. No shell gets inside. Okay. The first time I actually heard about rum cake, it was about 18 years ago. I was doing my student teaching in Big Sandy, Texas, because I went to Jarvis Christian College, and my teacher, Martha Looney, gave me some rum cake, and I thought it was amazing. So I have used, well, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you about that. Let me wash my hands. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the yolks like one at a time. I'm gonna mix them up. One of them already kind of cracked, but that's okay. Or one of them already. Well, I'm not gonna add them all together. So I'm gonna just add like one yolk, and I'm gonna mix it just until it's mixed. Just until I don't see the color, because I'm gonna mix this some more, and you don't want to over mix your eggs. So there's the other egg. Then I'm mixing it on low, and then here's my last egg. Okay. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. Now, here's the twist. I have used real rum before, but I'm not doing that today. What I'm using is rum extract, and this works because I took this to my coworkers last week, and some of them smelled it and they were like, "Oh my God, you just made a rum cake." But I was like, "Yeah, but it has no real rum in it." But they thought it was great, and so I'm actually going to take this to them tomorrow because they asked me to bring it again. But what this is at Walmart. This is, let me show you the box. This is rum extract. It says imitation rum extract. You can use a half a cup of dark rum or a half a cup of light rum if you want to use the real rum. I just got tired of going across the bridge, buying liquor, when I was doing this, and I was like, my daddy's a pastor. I don't want nobody talking about, ooh, we saw your daughter in the liquor store. So my mom told me about using rum extract, and so I've just been doing that. So this is what it looks like again, and it's at the Walmart grocery store. I just got this in Walmart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of this rum extract. And it's kind of a guilt-free to me kind of thing. Some people have issues. Some people don't want to use alcohol. And so this is a way to get that good flavor, but not have to put the alcohol. I mean, alcohol cooks off, when you bake it in the oven anyway. But the problem is you start getting that tipsy cake when they make the glaze, because a lot of times what people do is they'll mix the butter and the sugar and the syrup and the butter, sugar, and water in a saucepan, and then it'll bubble up, and then they'll take it off the fire and add the rum, and then that doesn't cook. That alcohol doesn't cook off, and so that's what you get. But I don't like tipsy cake. So that's why I'm using extract, but I promise you this is good. But once again, if you want to do, just use a half a cup of the dark or light rum or whatever, brandy or whatever you want to use. Okay, so we're going to mix that in on low. Okay. Smells really good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to prepare my flour. Now, the recipe that Monique on Divas Can Cook uses is cake flour. Well, I don't have cake flour. I have all-purpose flour. But I can make cake flour. I can make cake flour out of all-purpose flour. So what I'm going to do, I looked at the recipe, and it said for every cup of flour, you take out 2 tablespoons and then put in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So that's what I'm going to do. I have 1, and this had the extract on it, so I'm going to rinse it off. Alright, so this is 1 cup, so I'm going to take out 2 tablespoons, and then I'm going to suck, whatever, 2, that's I'm going to estimate, maybe a little bit more, and then I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, level 1, and 2, and then that's good, that'll work. And then what I'm supposed, now I gotta do this another time and put a little bit more because it got stuck. And so what I'm supposed to do then is sift it. Now the recipe says sift it 5 times. I'm not sifting it 5 times, but when I made this before, it was still a very moist cake. So I'm gonna sift that. I probably will pick it up and sift it one more time. But okay, I'm gonna do that one more time to show you, because I have to put 2 cups of flour. So I'm gonna take my 2 cups of flour, and then I'm gonna take out 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. And you know what, you guys? I bought these really nice things at an estate sale. Like all my bowls and stuff like that. I went to an estate sale and got these things for dirt cheap. So you might want to do that, you know. You could take it home and wash it. It's good. I mean, stainless steel, you know, you can't really go wrong with that. So that's 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 2. And then I'm going to put that. See, it's there. Then I'm gonna sift it right there, because this actually keeps the cake from being dense, really dense. Sifting it keeps it from being dense. Like in a pound cake, you don't want to sift the flour, but like on a regular cake, you do. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna pick up some, and I'm just gonna sift again. Okay, we're almost done with this cake, y'all. Thank y'all for being with me. Thank you for your diligence in watching my videos, and I hope you try this out and let me know how it turned out. Because you know, my goal is I really want to target like people who are who don't think they can cook, or who are really like afraid, you know, who's scared in the kitchen. It's not that serious. I'm doing one more time, and that's it. It's not that serious, you know, and you can do it. You can do this. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not the greatest chef in the world by any means. I did not go to culinary school or anything. I just went to the school of Grandma Bessie Foster, Jesus Christ, and YouTube. I'm going to leave it at that. This is going to be so. And thank you to Sister Facing Clark, who says she enjoys my videos. I appreciate that encouragement. So, Sister Rosie Facing Clark, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, so at this time, what we're going to do is I think I'm going to add like a little dash of salt. And I'm supposed to add a little bit of salt. And I think in the, I'm supposed to add a tablespoon of baking powder. I should have sifted that with it. Oops. It's going to be all right. All right, that's going to help it rise. So since I didn't sift it with it, I'm just going to kind of whisk it around. And that's all my dry ingredients right there. Okay? So now what I'm about to do is I'm going to measure, get some milk, and I'm going to measure 1 cup of milk in my, and this is for liquid measurement. You can get this anywhere. And what I'm going to do is well, ain't that much left. Let's pour it in there. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate. I'm going to start with my milk. I'm going to add a little milk, and I'm going to mix on low. I'm going to show you a little bit, then I'm going to pause the video. Okay. I'm going to stop right there, because I don't have a stand mixer. And then I'm going to add this in thirds. So I'm going to add like a third of my mixture. I'm just going to kind of estimate what a third of it will look like. And then I'm going to mix it. And then now I'm going to spare you the details. And I'm just going to do another third of milk, then my mixture, until it's all incorporated. So I'm going to pause the video real quick, and then I'll be back. Oh, it's still going. Oops. Okay, I'm back. Here is the batter after me alternating by thirds. There's only one more step left to do before I put it into the pan. And I hope that you are still feeling encouraged about making this. It tastes great. What I'm going to do with my egg whites is I'm going to whip them to where they become very cloudy. So I'm going to start on low for a few minutes, and then I'm going to put it on high, and then I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. So I'm going to start off just mixing it on low, and then when I come back, I'll show you. Okay, everybody, I'm back from mixing this, mixing my egg whites, and as you can see, they look like this now. You want them to be cloudy, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold them into my batter, which means I'm just gonna pour them, and instead of using the mixer, I'm going to use my spatula to mix the egg whites into the batter. That's all folding is, okay? And then I'm just gonna pour it into my prepared baking dish, and I'm gonna put it in the oven at 325 for about 35 to 40 minutes, or until, you know, it's done. So I'm just mixing, and my sister told me about this. She said that when you do this, it makes the cake really moist. So I'm not gonna over mix it. When I don't see it anymore, I know that it's well incorporated, and then at this point, I'm just gonna dump it. Well, pour it, not dump it. I'm just gonna pour it into my baking pan. My baking pan, my bundt cake pan. I wish we had smell-o-vision, you guys, because this batter tastes so good. And like I said, you're not gonna get tipsy eating it, you know, eating it, but it'll still have that really tasty rum flavor. But yeah, you know what? The original recipe that I got from my student teacher, Miss Martha Looney, called for like a box cake recipe with a butter pecan. But, you know, some people have nut allergies, so I just kind of stopped doing that. So anyway, I know this is usually for and I kind of spilled some of that. It's usually for Christmas, but I'm gonna shake it to make it even. And I'm going to, I'm gonna have to smooth that out a little bit with my spatula here. Okay, I'm gonna pop this into the oven. And now while that's baking, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys about how to make the glaze. Okay, now what you see, I hope this is a good angle, but what you see here, I just put a half a stick of butter, which is 4 tablespoons, a half a cup of sugar, and a 1/4 cup of water. That's all. And then I'm gonna pour in about a few teaspoons of that rum extract. But first, and I kind of have this on medium heat because I do want it to boil. So I'm gonna come. So I just want you to see that, and then I'm gonna come back, and then it's gonna, you know, I'm gonna add the glaze, the extract too. You know what? I probably could add it now. Here. So in this bottle, let me see, that's how much is left. So you see it's starting to bubble. I'm gonna add some of this in here now. I'm just gonna pour. It looks like maybe about a teaspoon, 1 or 2 teaspoons. Because there's already enough in the cake. This is just to go on top of it. And so we're just gonna stir that. And now if this, like I said, now I'm gonna have to pause. Let me turn this video where I am. Okay, so now, right, you're right there. I'm gonna have to pause this so that the cake can actually bake. So if my phone stops, then I will just take a picture of it and show you what it looks like in the comments. But you guys, that's actually how you would make rum cake without using rum, or like I said, or you can use the actual rum. Let me know how it goes when you do it. All right.